friends, welcome back to Food Prep Guide. I've been growing potatoes for 10 years now, and in that time, I've made every mistake you can make. Had seasons where I wondered why I even bothered, but also had seasons where I pulled more potatoes out of the ground than I knew what to do with. So, what I'm sharing today isn't from a textbook. Some of it might even sound wrong to you because it goes against what a lot of popular gardening resources say, but this is what has worked in my garden over 10 years of trial and error. So, let's get to it. Tip number 1 is about cold tolerance. So first thing, you can get your potatoes in the ground earlier than you probably think. Most advice says to wait until the last frost has passed, and that's safe advice. But what I've learned is that potatoes can handle freezing temperatures when you use the deep mulch method. That means laying down a heavy layer of straw or hay over your planting area. We're talking like several inches thick. And that mulch acts as insulation. It buffers the soil from the worst of the cold, and it gives you a real head start on the season, which is good because potatoes like cooler weather. Not when it gets kind of hot, they really start to suffer. So I've been planting earlier than the rules say for a couple of years now, and it has really paid off. So if you've been waiting and waiting for the perfect moment and then miss it, maybe try planting potatoes with a thick layer of mulch on top and just let them get to work. Okay, tip number 2 is to water more often than you think. And this is one that I feel strongly about because I got it wrong for a long time. Potatoes need a lot of water, more than I dare say most sources will tell you. I used to underwater because I was scared of rot. You probably heard warnings like that about potatoes sitting in wet soil and rotting. So I held back on watering and depended largely on rain, especially because they go in spring, and spring is typically a rainy season anyway. I was super cautious and conservative, but that was wrong. So about 3 years ago, I thought I had gotten a bad batch of dud seed potatoes. But after a heavy rainfall, I went out the next day to check my garden, and the growth I saw in my potato plants was almost unbelievable. They had exploded, like visibly in one day. So those plants were really thirsty, and I had been denying them what they needed out of concerns of rot. So yes, drainage matters. Yes, waterlogged soil is a real problem for potatoes, but I dare say most gardeners don't have truly waterlogged soil. Underwatering is the real problem, so don't be stingy with the water. Now, before I keep going, if you're the kind of person who wants all this information in one place without having to piece it together from 10 different websites, we wrote a book for you. It's called Sprout to Supper Potatoes, where we help you get growing faster with no fluff tutorials for every step from plant to plate. It's for people who are busy and don't want to waste time on theory. It walks you through every step of growing potatoes and covers food preservation with beginner-friendly projects. And it gives you recipes specifically designed around home-preserved potatoes, because cooking with what you've grown and preserved is a little bit different, but in a delicious way that you won't get from a grocery store. It's linked in the description box, or comment potatoes, and I'll reply to your comment with the link directly. All right, tip number 3 is how to deal with centipedes. I don't see it talked about nearly enough, but centipedes love potatoes. The worst part is they get in there and cause damage that you likely won't notice until harvest. So what I do is sprinkle diatomaceous earth around my potato plants periodically throughout the season. Diatomaceous earth is a fine powdery substance made from the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms. The powder feels soft to the touch, but at a microscopic level, it's incredibly sharp and abrasive, and it's lethal to pests that crawl through it. Periodic application, especially after rain washes it away, keeps centipede pressure down without chemicals. It's simple, cheap, and effective. Just be sure to wear a mask during application because it is a powder that's easy to inhale, which you don't want to do. Okay, tip number 4 is all about spacing. If you're planting in raised beds, you can plant closer together than the seed packet tells you. So I want to be really clear about why. So seed packet spacing, like the spacing that you'll find on trusted sources like the Farmer's Almanac, it's all based on traditional in-ground row gardening. So that's the assumption that's baked into every spacing recommendation you'll find. But raised beds are different. You control the soil, you amend it, you optimize it. The roots aren't competing with compacted clay or rocky native soil, but they're growing in loose, nutrient-rich mix that you built. So that changes everything. In raised beds, I plant more densely than the rules say, and my harvests reflect that. So don't let traditional row garden spacing dictate how you space things in a raised bed. Okay, tip number 5, let's talk about phosphorus. Yes, potatoes need nitrogen. I think anyone who reads up on potatoes knows that because it's like at the top of every article you read. But nitrogen drives leafy, vigorous plant growth, and potatoes are a root crop, and root crops need phosphorus. Phosphorus is what supports root development. It's what helps that underground portion of the plant, which in this case is the part that we eat, grow big and healthy. And it is so overlooked when people talk about amending soil for potatoes, where most of the focus is on nitrogen. But if you're only thinking about nitrogen, you are leaving higher yields on the table. So look for a fertilizer that addresses phosphorus specifically, or amend your soil ahead of time with something like bone meal before planting, and I bet you'll enjoy a bigger harvest. So there it is, a decade of potato gardening boiled down into a short and sweet video. Y'all, this is the stuff I wish someone had told me the first year that I planted potatoes. Earlier planting with deep mulch, water more than you think you need to, diatomaceous earth for centipedes, tighter spacing in raised beds, and don't forget the phosphorus. That's all for today. Happy growing, and we will see you next time. Bye.